Hi guys, welcome back to MMA Unhinged. Today we're doing another interview, and today we're joined by MMA featherweight, because I can't pronounce it as PFL featherweight, maybe for not much longer. So I'm joined by MMA featherweight, Brendan Loughnane. How's it going?
Not bad, mate. Thanks for the call.
How's training been?
Yeah, not bad. Just ticking over at the minute. No fight, so just going through the motions. Really, nothing serious.
Is it frustrating you that PFL ain't having any fights until 2021? They kind of have suspended their season. Was that the cause of kind of the release, that you weren't getting any fights?
I think I need to clarify this release situation. I mean, what we're asking for is fights. Like, signed up to PFL for fights. That's it. I was promised 5 fights a year, and that's all I want. I don't want anything more than anything. I just want to be active, and hopefully that'll come back around for PFL. And this discussion will just be irrelevant, really. Hopefully with PFL.
So you're looking to go somewhere elsewhere until PFL come back, or is you looking for a permanent home?
Whatever the best way for me to get fights is, whether it's to stay with PFL, whether they let me stay active elsewhere, and we come to some sort of agreement. But I just don't want to wait till next summer, which is not unreasonable of me, I don't think.
Yeah, 2021, they announced that they'll be coming back, and that you've still got about 8-9 months until you could actually probably fight again in PFL.
Absolutely mind blowing, and I've already not fought this year, so I haven't got.
There was also talks about the fighters getting. Is it like a base pay throughout the month to keep you? What's the word? I don't know. I think there was some talk about getting $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month for 5 months, which equals $5,000 for 18 months out of competition. It's just not. What are you going to do with £4,000?
Yeah, so you kind of get like 5,000 compensation pay throughout the 18 months.
Pretty much.
Is it that's not good enough for you, is it?
I mean, I like a nice life, so no.
What's the difference between if you would have fought? Would you make double that?
And the rest.
And the rest.
And the rest. And the rest of that. And the rest of that.
So you're kind of like, what's going on? I need to fight because I make so much more money.
Not even that. I just want to fight. I'll take a pay cut to go and fight elsewhere. Not a problem. Just that I'm in the primal years of my career, and I want to be showing the world what I can do.
So the PFL recently added Roy McDonald to their roster. Before you left, did that kind of show that PFL could bring in elite level competition like Roy McDonald?
Exactly. They're a serious organisation. They fight in all the best arenas in the world. They pay great money, and they're on ESPN all over the States, in every household. So they're making great news. I love fighting for them. They're the best organisation I've fought for. They're great, and I just hope they can get the shit together and we get a fight going.
So if you did fight in the PFL, you would have fought there Lance Palmer, who's won the season 2 years in a row. Was that a matchup you would have been excited for?
I couldn't wait to fight Lance. Lance was the option that, he's 12-0 in PFL. He's smashing it. He's made over $2 million out of him, and he's the world champion. He's obviously the goal, and I was looking forward to competing against him this year. It's just a shame it didn't come around.
So you fought twice in PFL already. You're 2-0. And you've never actually competed in a tournament though. Does that kind of frustrate you? And you want to get excited? You want to get into that tournament?
Yeah, I was well excited, especially to fight twice in one night. I mean, 13 years into my career now, and that was a new challenge for me to fight twice in one night. So that's what excited me the most about PFL. It's just a shame that didn't come to fruition, to be honest.
So we kind of recapped this earlier that you said that PFL weren't having any fights until 2021. Is that still the case? You haven't heard anything back from PFL?
Nothing yet. But now that this has all come out all over the internet, I'm sure that we should be hearing something very soon.
If you was to kind of get your wish granted and get released, is there any like home that you would like to go to? Bellator, maybe get another shot on Dana White Contender Series?
I mean, I think I'm being misquoted here. I don't actually want to leave PFL.
Oh, right. Okay.
I really don't want to leave PFL. I'm really happy at PFL. Everything's great about them.
It's just that you want to fight.
There we go.
Yeah.
Nail on the head.
So if PFL was to do fights again and put on little shows, you'll be down for it.
Happy, Brendan. You'll be phoning me with a big smile on my face. That's about it. Yeah, definitely, mate.
What would the situation be like to travel into America? And would you reckon it would be harder for them to try and get you over to the States and try and help you fight?
Well, this is where they're having the problems, and I can't blame them. There's a massive pandemic on. It's not my fault. It's not their fault. It's an act of God. So what it is now, it's every other promotion in the world's back up and running, apart from them. So it's like watching everybody fight now. I'm getting itchy hands, which I'm sure the rest of the roster is.
So Dana White recently announced that the Contender Series is going back, and then if you fought in the Contender Series, I can't remember when. I think it was last 2019.
Correct.
And a lot of people, there's a lot of controversy over that fight because a lot of people think you deserved the contract that night. Is there bitterness behind the UFC and Dana White that you thought you should have got the contract that night?
Nah, no bitterness at all. He made a decision. I respect his decision. He's a great businessman and he's the owner of the UFC. I respect everything he said that night. No hard feelings from me. You know, I'm moving on with my career and I'm very happy. So, yeah, it's all good. If the UFC comes back around, great. If it doesn't, I've already got the gloves on my wall. So, it is what it is.
Do you think you deserved the contract that night?
Deserve? I don't know. Everyone's got their own opinions. I mean, a lot of people said yes, some people said no. So, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. The fact of the matter is, I'm not a UFC fighter. I'm a PFL fighter, and that's the top and bottom.
I remember watching you fight that night, and the majority of the people who actually watched that fight, they said that you deserved the contract, and it was kind of outrageous that you didn't get the contract. There's a lot of MMA analysts saying, how did you not get a contract?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I've been hearing this. This has been the story of my career so far. But like I say, I'm 30 years old now. I was in the PFL. I was about to be a world champion and a millionaire. That was going to be what everyone remembered for this year. But suppose that's going to have to be next year. So let's see.
Going back to the millionaire, did the PFL prize money winning 1 million? Did that excite you?
Fucking hell! What do you think? What do you think?
It would excite anyone, I hope.
There we go. You know how long it takes to make $1 million in MMA?
I know it would take a long time.
There's probably only let me guess,
about 10 names.
100 people that have done it ever.
Yeah, ever.
If that.
There's only probably a couple nowadays actually still making that.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you won that, a lot of people who kind of win the 1 million tournament kind of win it, then hang their gloves up. Is that sort of thing you would have done? You would have hung them up straight after you won the belt and the prize money?
I mean, there's a lot of fight left in me yet. 2 million sounds better than 1, right?
Yeah.
That would have been my plan.
So 2?
2, 3, who knows? I want to be out by 34. I want to be able to spell my name when I'm 60 anyway. Put it that way.
Well, so if you did, would you prefer to fight Lance in the final, or would you prefer to fight him in the first round?
I don't give a fuck. I was just looking forward to fighting him whatever stage it was at. That was the fight that I wanted. And hopefully the fight's going to still happen. Let's see.
If I'm correct, I saw in your story earlier that he kind of asked to be released as well. Is that sort of thing?
He asked first after I'd already been asking for a resolution. So it shows that it's not just me in this situation. A lot of fighters are unhappy right now. So let's see.
You've got Lance Palmer, you've got Justin Willis. You've got a lot of big names in the PFL division that want to release. So they're going to want to keep hold of you for sure.
Yeah, of course. I mean, and I'm happy to stay there. Let's just get a resolution together. Let's get some fights popping. I mean, no disrespect, but I don't want the $1,000 a month I want to be active. That's not unfair of me. Do you know what I mean?
So if I'm correct, I remember seeing you train at Tiger Muay Thai.
Correct.
What was the experience fighting over there in Tiger Muay Thai, and the experience and the environment in Tiger Muay Thai? I
think that's about my 10th time to Thailand, so been there loads of times. I'm very familiar with the surroundings, and I absolutely love the training. I genuinely believe Tiger Muay Thai is the best MMA gym on planet Earth.
That was quite a stupid question here, but you're probably going to return to Tiger Muay Thai.
Oh, of course. Yeah. As soon as I'm allowed back in, probably November.
Mm-hmm. Do you do some of your camps there, or is it Manchester? Is it Manchester Predators?
It's all going to be over there from now on, I'd say, or the States.
In the States.
Either Thailand or the States, depending on where I'm at.
So I did some research on you, and I couldn't really find. I found out that you trained at Manchester Predators. Is that correct?
Many years ago, yeah.
Many years ago. That's the only location I could find that you trained at. So where do you train now in the States?
I train at Alliance MMA.
Yeah.
Or I train at Tiger Muay Thai. There's the two gyms that I fight and train at.
So as we mentioned earlier, that 2019 was a big year for you. You fought for a UFC contract on the Contender Series. A lot of people thought that you should have got signed that night. So do you reckon, we kind of mentioned this earlier, that you said that you don't know whether you should have got the contract or not, but do you reckon like you should have got the contract that night? We kind of really mentioned that earlier.
It's all a matter of opinion. Some people said yes, some people say no. I ain't mad about anybody's opinion.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, all I can do is go in there and fight my heart out, and I did that. I was pissing blood and broke my nose. So anyone's asked for any more out of me, you're not going to get it. I've given 110%, and I walked out of that cage content that night that I did everything I could. There's no sleepless nights with me. It is what it is.
So you've had 2 shots in the UFC now. Have you still got hope and that optimism that you can still get back into the octagon and fight for another contract, or maybe get a UFC contract?
Nah, it is what it is, bro. Like, if it comes along, it comes along. If not, I'm very happy where I'm at right now.
So you feel like you're not going to get another chance?
Who knows?
I mean, the Contender Series is coming back August.
Nah, I won't ever do the Contender Series again. No way.
No way?
Nah.
Why was that? What would that be?
I've done it. I've been there, and I'm like, do it again for what? I went on there to have a fight with a good fighter and won. And like, I don't know what am I going back for.
A lot of fighters who compete in the Contender Series usually fight, and then they either win or lose and have a few fights on the regional scenes and come back and usually have another shot. And you've seen a lot of fighters who have done that and actually come back for a second time in the Contender Series and actually got their contract. So that's not a thing you'd be interested in?
Don't think so.
If the UFC called you up in short notice for £145?
That's a different story. It's a totally different story. That's not fighting a contract. That's an immediate contract.
Yeah. So that would be a thing you'd be interested in?
Yeah, maybe.
So we kind of go back to when you didn't get the contract in the Contender Series. Did Dana really give you?
Fucking hell! This fucking contract in the Contender Series. Come on.
Did Dana give you any reason why he didn't give you one?
I mean, I've never spoke to Dana White in my whole life. The only time I've ever seen Dana White is as I was walking out the cage of the Contender. Like, we never spoke after, never spoke before, and he made the decision that night, and that's that really.
So we go back to PFL, as you said there, the contract. So what would it feel like to win the $1 million in PFL?
Oh God, dream come true. All my dreams have come true in one time. It's not just the money though; it's $1 million. I mean, it's the world title and the $1 million. It's a massive achievement in terms of winning a world title that everybody recognises as an actual world title. And yeah, obviously being financially stable for the rest of my life.
What would you do with the $1 million?
I don't think I can tell you on here.
Sorry?
I don't think I can say it online.
You're not investing in a new car?
It'd be a good couple of days anyway, let's put it that way.
You're not invested in a new car, maybe a new house?
Yeah, of course, mate. That'd go into the right hands.
So we kind of move on to the last question. If you could fight 145-pounder tomorrow, who would it be?
Probably Lance Palmer, after the way he's been built up. Probably Lance Palmer, yeah.
Is that the biggest fight you think you've got in the PFL at the moment?
Yeah, he's the biggest threat in there. He's obviously the champion. He's won 2 belts, so yeah, I'd say Lance Palmer.
How would you see that fight going?
I see him just trying to do what he always does and blanket me, and I see me picking him off, moving around, and getting a late stoppage.
You predict a late stoppage versus Lance Palmer?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Well, I wish you all the luck. I hope to see you fight soon in PFL or maybe a different promotion. Wherever it is, I'll be paying attention. I'll be watching you. And I thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, my friend. Take care, mate.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Take care, bro. Bye-bye.